this, is there anything you want the fans to know or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.
Hold on. Okay.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jedi Mike 7 Movie News Show. I'm your host, Jedi Mike 7. And today, again, I'm not alone with my co-host today, Mr. Jay King. Jay King, how you doing?
Doing all right. Doing good.
And it's perfect timing to get the right start of the show because now, sometimes, 2 is always better than 1, but sometimes 3 is better than 2. And I got my fraternity brother in the building. It's the Black Wing. Let me take that.
You got the logo in my face, bro.
My logo in the face. Sorry for the merchandise. Sorry.
Merchandise. How kind of you to use GL as your wallpaper for the stream.
Oh yeah, it's Black History Month. Happy Black Women's Month. Who birthed America. So anyway, and they birthed us and all that stuff. But yeah, happy Black History Month, right? As you see, I had to represent, Green Lantern also. Again. And I dropped my phone. But after some certain events that happened last week, and we're gonna get into it because I think we all have been up to speed on some things that have been going on and stuff like that. And we're gonna have a very passionate and a very honest discussion, respectful, definitely. But we're not pulling punches, definitely.
I'm definitely not pulling punches at all.
Even then, also with superheroes, even in the superhero community, Black Lives Matter, even black on black crime. Yeah. Those you don't know, you know. Anyway, yeah, guys, we have a lot to discuss today with the many topics that you see here. But first, we're gonna get into a couple of interesting news and everything, and we get Marvel until we get into the world of DC. As you know, it's Super Bowl week and everything. And we're just almost 5 days before we get the first official trailer or Super Bowl teaser of Deadpool 3. And that'll be a perfect transition to our segment of what's new in the MCU. Yeah, y'all, we're back. Yes, so Deadpool 3 will be coming out I believe in July 26th, which is the week of Comic-Con. This is will be coming out. This will be the only MCU Marvel movie that'll be coming out in the year 2024, right? But this is going to be a big one. A lot of speculation, a lot of theories, but now we've been down this road before about who's going to show up and all that stuff. But before we get a glimpse of this trailer that may be in the works, may not be, but most likely is, last night was the Saturn Awards, right? Guardians of the Galaxy actually won for best best comic book movie. James Gunn wasn't there to accept the award, but he definitely was there in spirit. But in order to accept that award, we had Kevin Feige that was there to accept the award. But as you know, Kevin Feige, he might have a receding hairline. He can know he's been doing this mess for almost 20 years, you know. And with that, with receding hairline, you got to wear some hats. You know, he's very notorious wearing a lot of hats. But in this one, he had to wear a particular hat, right? That actually show his upcoming projects. And as you can see here, let me see, zoom here. We see he has a Deadpool logo and also Wolverine hat. Now, there have been some people online been trying to, I can't get on freaking Twitter, freaking out of here. But yeah, that been trying to zoom in, seeing what's the back of his head, but we can't see it. But either way, we can see that the first half of this, as you can see here, let me pull the screen here. There we go. Yeah, I can't get this ad away. Dang. Can I?
This video is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union.
Yeah.
You have bad credit.
Navy Federal, right? But yeah, this is the logo that there is. I can exit out now. Boom.
Also brought to you by Xfinity.
Yep.
And
yeah,
Google.
So, yep. And so as you see here, yeah, this is the half logo that we're seeing here from Deadpool 3 that also can seemingly confirm, even though we've seen some leaked photos, that we are getting the full Wolverine mask in all of his glory, hopefully. But I mean, I start with Jay King. What's your thoughts on the new logo? If this is official logo or just some promotional item for the movie?
I mean, I think we pretty much know at this point that that is going to be like the official logo. And if it's not going to be that, it's definitely going to be what we got before, back when it was revealed that Wolverine was going to be in this movie, of the Deadpool logo with the 3 claw marks. And I, of course, for those who know and for those who saw that leaked merchandise image, you know that the mask is definitely in this film. In terms of the cap, yeah, that definitely broke a lot of headlines, but not just because of the logo, but also because on the back, again, you can't make it out, but it obviously shows that the full title isn't just Deadpool 3. Like, it says Marvel Studios Deadpool, but you can't tell what the white thing is, like what the white text is saying. Some are saying it could be Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool kills the Fox universe or kills the Marvel universe or something like that, you know, based on what parts of this movie might be based upon. Again, we won't know about that until this upcoming Sunday, but from what I am, like, again, it just makes me question, like, what could the, like, it makes me question, what could the title be before we officially get that answer on Sunday with the Super Bowl? Like, what could it be? That's the thing I'm really wondering, is like, if it's not just Deadpool 3, what is the full title? And like, what does that say for this film too? Logo I like, and it's like, it's basically that one, just for a hat, you know, for Kevin Feige's signature caps. That, seriously, how many caps does this dude have at this point? But still, I like it, and
Over
I'm curious.
9,000.
Okay. Anyways, but like, I'm really curious about what the full title of this movie is going to be now. Like, since he gave us that hint that it's not just Deadpool 3.
Yeah. Black Wing.
Okay, so when it comes to speculations and teases or anything like that, especially with merchandise or apparel, it really doesn't like bug me, because I'm the kind of person that really like doesn't really care until like the official like poster or title is officially revealed. As for the logo is cool. I like, you know, you got half of the Deadpool mask and the other half is Wolverine's cowl, which I find pretty cool. As we know from, you know, set photos and everything, we know this movie is mostly going to be like Deadpool, like J. King mentioned, like Deadpool probably destroying the Fox universe, or, you know, it's like a buddy cop film with Deadpool and Wolverine. And that's basically it. Again, we all have these speculations of what's going to be in this movie. Everyone's making assumptions of like, oh, the Fox X-Men cast is going to come back. Me, I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to speculate. I just want to just take my butt to the movie theater and just keep my expectations really, really low and just have a great time. and I'm looking forward to this teaser trailer that was supposed to get on game night. And yeah, that's basically all I got to say.
Yeah, I'm in a similar stance. It's like, if you speculate too much about things and it doesn't happen in the film, people are immediately going to get disappointed because you already have a version of the film in your head. So yeah, just going with like little to zero expectations. Don't expect it to be bad, but just don't expect what you want to happen to happen.
That's what happened with people who were speculating on who's showing up in Multiverse of Madness, and look what happened with that.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, and I with this again, I'm diverting all expectations, and I feel like aside from the pictures which we see from like the Void, which we've seen in in earlier pictures before, that I do believe that this is going to be a very interesting film for the most part, even from reports from Matthew Vaughn, who has a new movie out this weekend called Argyle. Make sure you guys go check that out. And
Seeing it tomorrow.
yeah, let me call me. Call me when you see that movie.
Yeah, call him because he and I have it's one of those, Blackwing. It's one of those.
Y'all made a bet, didn't you?
No, there's no bet. There's no bet.
Okay, I'm about to say
I
No,
saw
it's
one
opinions.
review. I saw one review from our crew, and then I'm like, and I saw the critic rating. I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. I love Matthew Vaughn. Let me go see his movie. And yeah, walked out, and you saw my review posted today, by the way. So
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
yes. But anyway, but you guys make very interesting points again. Like, I don't want to subvert my expectations for this because, again, we've seen Multiverse of Madness, or should I say Multiverse of Distress. There was not much Multiverse Madness going on in that movie, but this might be Deadpool Multiverse of Madness that we've been waiting for. But I've been trying to subvert all my expectations for what might actually happen in this film. And again, I'm looking forward to it in all aspects of it. But again, I am hoping that, as much people are saying, Matthew Vaughn is making reports that this is going to save the MCU. Now, does the MCU need saving? Yes. But it's like the point that we're talking about is that now it's being poured by other people who've seen the film, who are in the film, or other people are not even associated with this film, saying this film, Deadpool 3, is going to bring the Marvel Universe back to its glory. Now, I would love a big win. Again, being the multiverse thing, the last big win for me was Spider-Man No Way Home. I haven't had a Marvel movie since then that brought those feelings back to me, right? So I hope we get another one as banger, especially the fact that it's coming the week of Comic-Con. Come on, aside from Harley Quinn, the most cosplay character around is Deadpool.
Absolutely.
I would not be surprised. Hopefully, Blackwing is there with me.
Dude, hopefully the plan is yes. I told you I'm coming.
I know, but man, I'm just saying, listen, the Sigmas, we're going to run Comic-Con. We're going to run Comic-Con that in the summer. But I'm saying, if they might even show a screening, go Mob. See, that's my paddle. Shout out to Vendetta Customs. They make a lot of Greek apparel. This is not sponsored. It's a shameless plug on my ADP, my uncle. He made those paddles, make a lot of D9 apparel, but make sure you go check that out on Instagram. Vendetta apparels. Anyway, Vendetta Customs, excuse me. But yeah, and with this film, again, they might even show a private screening, not private screening, but like at the week of Comic-Con. There's a lot of screenings that happen the week of Comic-Con. I'll be shocked if they even show this film. Hopefully, they might show this film in CinemaCon, which is going to be in April. Remember last year they showed The Flash in CinemaCon to build up some buzz and everything. Now, hopefully, I applied to get into CinemaCon. Pray, put your prayers that we get in and stuff like that. So that's going to be in Vegas. CinemaCon. Hopefully, they might premiere it there. But still, the build up for this movie is hype, and I'm keeping all my expectations down to a minimum until Sunday. That's all I'm going. I'm going for two things: Taylor Swift and Deadpool 3. And hey, and maybe watching Deadpool 3, I might get both. You know what I mean?
You lost me at Taylor Swift.
Seriously. I'm just saying.
On Black History Month, man. On Black History Month? Come on, man.
Well, listen. Jay-Z made a statement last night, and I actually agree with them. Protect Black women. I understand. But
I agree with his statement.
People say this woman is reaching Michael Jackson level status. Now every time when I see folks like that on the internet saying stuff like that, I always be like this.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of the Swifties, but hey, we might need them to get this movie to $1 billion this summer. So hey, I'll take any fan we can get.
Whatever floats your boat, man. But
I know, right? Wade in the water. Anyway, so I know, right? Hey, not Black History Month, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We shall overcome.
Stop.
All right, this is gonna be a good show. It could be a good show. But yeah, guys,
I think MLK just rolled in his grave.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. Yeah. But that's gonna be our thoughts on Deadpool 3, the new logo. Again, we will probably be doing a trailer breakdown next Monday of Deadpool 3. That's gonna be hopefully showing his first trailer, first TV spot at the Super Bowl Sunday. Go Chiefs, hopefully. Let's see. But yeah, and I really don't care. I don't watch it. But anyway, next topic, y'all. So staying in the realm, I believe, of the MCU. Again, there's another show that's coming in I don't believe in 2024, but in 2025. But it's currently shooting right now, right? After the show Echo that came out early this year, there was a character and a few characters that was in there that's getting their show, returning to their show, which is going to be Daredevil Born Again, right? Now, this show was going to be 18 episodes, right? And said that it was going to, be the 18 episode series and everything. We'll bring Vince D'Onofrio, bring out Charlie Cox and everything. All of a sudden, you're like, hey, yeah, we're scrapping everything. Back to square one. And then we think that they're reshooting the whole thing. We thought, oh no, it's a disaster. Well, from the looks of it, they actually think they're going back to their roots because it looked like everybody and their mama is coming back for this show. Everybody we all know and love. Talking about Foggy, Karen, the Karen we like. You know what I mean? We're getting Bullseye. Yeah, Bullseye coming back, y'all. Everybody is coming back from Daredevil Born Again. So, Jay King, what's your thoughts now that we're seeing some of the returning casting? We're seeing set photos. Everything is now becoming real. That Foggy, Nelson, Murdoch, and Page is back, and we're bringing back Bullseye. So, what are your thoughts, man?
It's funny because I recently did a whole rewatch of season 3 of Daredevil recently, and it just reminded me of why I love that season so much. And now we're going to see the continuation of that. We got Foggy back, we got Karen back. Foggy sporting the freaking lumberjack beard and all that now on set. This man getting older now. But we see Nelson, Murdoch, and Page. We see the new law firm that they put together at the end of that season. And again, some things have been scrapped, some things have been moved around from the original version to now. But honestly, I think bringing back these elements, especially since Echo has reconfirmed that practically all the Netflix series are canon. They just happen at the specific points that they do now, but they are canon and they all happened. It's going to be interesting to see them now integrated and being able to make a lot more connections that they couldn't have before back in the Netflix days. And in terms of what we're seeing and who has been confirmed to come back, I am very excited that we'll get, that little, we're going to go back to what we knew before when it came to the show, especially, picking up with things from season 3 with some scenes I'm thinking still happening during the blip, which that is one part that I am very, very looking forward to, is to seeing Matt's perspective on the blip and all that, but just to see everything that's changed with these characters within the last couple of years, like the last 5, 6, 7-ish years since the end of Daredevil season 3. And what's been happening behind the scenes in between his little cameo in Echo and She-Hulk. Again, this is really one of my more anticipated shows that I'm just really, really looking forward to, especially after my rewatch. I'm excited to see things continue. Of course, there's going to be questions, but I'm excited to really see things continue and, new things progress post season 3 and post Echo. You're muted.
You muted, bro.
Okay, I was transitioning you, man. Blackwing.
Okay, so my thoughts on Daredevil Born Again. I'm glad that we actually have the original cast coming back to return with these characters. And good thing that you brought that up, J. King, because I didn't know that the show's gonna show Matt's point of view of what happened during the snap. And that's something I really like to take a look on, because we've always seen like what happened within the Avengers point of view, and then the other side characters that were recently brought into the MCU, like with Monica and Yelena when they got blipped away. So it's very interesting that we're also going to see some of the street level characters to see how they got affected. Who knows? Maybe Karen and Foggy got blipped away during the snap. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this. I'll be honest, I never finished season 3. I only watched I think the first 2 episodes, but maybe this will give me the push.
Emotional damage.
Was that necessary? Was that necessary?
I think he's like, wait, you ain't seen season 3, boy?
Okay, yes, it's been what, 5 years now since season 3?
Yeah, it's been 5 years since season 3.
Okay, so yeah, look, sometimes sometimes it's like a task when it comes to the Marvel Netflix shows. It's like a task just to sit through and binge watch every single season. Like, I still never finished Luke Cage season 2 yet. All right. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Daredevil Born Again, and like you said, J. King, this could probably make a connection of why or how Daredevil's appearances was needed in She-Hulk and also Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still haven't finished. If you want to put up another meme, go right ahead.
I don't think he's going to do that this time.
No, it's okay. I got you. Yeah. Anyway, I will say I don't blame you, Echo, by the way. But and Luke Cage season 2.
You finish? Okay. You finish?
I think Luke Cage first half of Luke Cage season 1. Yes. But yeah, so with you guys make great points with that, because I think there needs to be a shift in the Disney Plus of Marvel in terms of quality. Right. If Echo is a stepping stone to getting more, to the darker, more TVMA rating, then we need Daredevil Born Again to get into, now we're going full throttle with this. No pulling punches. So I feel that with this has the potential to make or break, because now you already have pre-existing material of a serialized show, right? That works, right? And if to see this hopefully go down a direction where people are going to roll their eyes, say we're through, that's going to be very frustrating for me as a fan, because now we're getting to a point where all the comic book elements of Daredevil can now come back, because I like, even though most of it's come with kind of CGI and She-Hulk, but I did like him, the fact he's more acrobatic, the fact that we see Kingpin more stronger, the fact that even then, I don't care what anybody said, out of all 3 seasons, Bullseye was my favorite, and he didn't have his damn suit. This dude would just taking damn chandeliers off and shit.
Yes.
And it wasn't no visual effects or nothing. It was visual effects, but it wasn't like Gambit, CGI card objects.
Grab the baseball, right? Grab the baseball, can't even see where you are.
Yeah, I actually thought that was the way they did that, the way he did like some type of PTSD, like he, with his childhood and everything. I thought they did a really good job with that. And I think, again, now that we got introduced in Vibranium, we're about to get mutants and adamantium stuff with his spine and stuff like that. He got surgery at the end. That hopefully, again, we can get to hopefully this comic book element of him. Because again, I think that's a miss. That was the biggest frustration, that we couldn't get comic book Bullseye, even though we got ridiculous Bullseye in the Elektra, Daredevil with Ben Affleck and stuff. Which, hey, we might see him again in a couple of months. We don't know, because we got somebody coming back from that damn movie. But anyway, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, I think this again to have everybody back, you especially Foggy, Page, and stuff. I want them to get back to hopefully the matureness of these serialized, television series within Disney Plus with Marvel. But again, hopefully they can. The fact they're bringing the showrunners, the visual effects artists, the choreography directors and guys from the show back. Bring in John Berthal. He say I'm back, but he said I'm not coming back unless we do it right. So you need to have that type of dedication to the role, specifically for me to feel like, hey, we gone through all the disarray with certain Marvel characters and all stuff. We already been there. We don't have to rehash the past. We got to look forward to the future. And again, I missed the days where I was like in high school. I think it was high school, middle school. I think it was high school. Like, like you had to, here it's Netflix, Marvel Friday. We binge it, see, all from Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They come back on Monday. It's like, yo, do you see that? Yeah. Yeah, man. And like, I missed those moments of binging, even though it's gonna be spaced out and stuff. But
sometimes you need that spaced out because binging is quite the task.
Well, yeah, binging is quite the task. I understand. I'm doing that, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right now. But even then, with the fact that they're spacing out these episodes, 18 episodes, that's going to go possibly go past multiple movies. For example, like in 2025, we have 4 Marvel movies, Cap, Blade, which is also getting good news. We're heading in the right direction with that. With Thunderbolts and also, I believe, the Armor Wars, whenever that coming out. I still listen. They always announce that movie is going to come out. I never seen no director. I never seen no logo. I see a logo of a show. Didn't see no. Hey, this is coming out this date. Don't know when this damn movie coming out. I don't know. What was it else? Thunderbolts, Cap, Blade, and what was that? That's 4, right? That's 3.
Hang on.
No, that was 3. I think it's just those 3.
Hang on. Now you got me trying to want to check the list.
Because like the only other show that hasn't happened outside of Armor Wars is Ironheart, and the only other show that is filming right now is Wonder Man.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, see, aside from the shows, I'm talking about like saying the movies. That's when I feel like that it can get passed through multiple different movies, probably in between, maybe potentially.
We also got Fantastic, and we also got Fantastic Four.
And Fantastic Four. I also cannot miss that. But I think the ones that might have relevance is Thunderbolts and Cap, potentially, in terms of like just being some, in terms of connecting cinematically to the films. But yeah, guys. But yeah, Daredevil, Born Again is bringing everybody back from the original cast. Everybody, the Bullseye, Foggy, Page, everybody's coming back, and also John Berthal, Punisher. Also, been reports, hey, Jessica Jones might come back. Again, 3 shows that are my favorite: Daredevil, Jessica Jones second, and Punisher third. I really love the first season of Jessica Jones, me personally. Just when people think, we don't like female characters. No, that's not true. We like well-written female characters. And I felt that was my favorite female Marvel series to date. To date, for me personally, her being a private investigator dealing with mental health issues, alcoholism, the demon in the bottle. But for Jessica Jones, that's a good read for y'all. Points for that.
I always found it funny every time she said, "I'm gonna go buy some drugs."
Like
what?
Oh my gosh! I mean, hey, I've gone through her entire show and Defenders, and she will find any excuse to crack open a can.
More power to you, because I was only able to sit through season 1. I don't think I can go through all that trauma dump on season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Also, can we just say Matt Murdock? He's no longer the man without fear. He's the man with Riz.
Oh yeah. Apparently, look at all these set photos. Dude,
let's talk about his history. He had Elektra, then went to Karen. They went back to Elektra, then to She-Hulk, and now with this new girl.
I'm like, you can get Batman to run for his money.
Right. I know. He's got another woman in his life. You know, I understand. We're probably gonna miss this right here. Hold on. Is there? Yeah, we're probably gonna miss this right here. You know, we just enjoy it for the time we had. You know.
Yeah, the barbecue was enough for Matt. He's like, okay, Hulk kids, no, thank you.
Too much CGI for me. Yes.
I mean, hey, not enough CGI, honestly.
Hey guys, this is my son Scar from Scar.
Yeah, his barber messed up his hairline. You know. Anyway, but yeah.
That's why he came in with that face. He's like, do I really have to show them this lineup right now?
I'm like, what happened to the mullet? Where's your warrior mullet?
That's why they cut the scene right there. He's like, please, just stop looking at my
yeah.
head.
But these are set photos they have going on right now. Again, we see Paige be foggy with the beard. We see a Kingpin, or should I say King Slim? You know, I'm gonna call him King Slim because I'm like, listen, I know Vincent D'Onofrio, like, yeah, but he looking a little bit slim here, right here.
Who knows with Vanessa coming back? Maybe he's trying to do better.
Yeah, that's King Slim. Just look at the legs. The legs.
Yeah. Like, you embarrass. Don't you dare embarrass me.
The legs. Yeah, it was like, you know, yes, that's King Slim. That's my new nickname. Hashtag King Slim. That ain't Kingpin, that King Slim. But yeah,
a new diet. Don't judge me, okay? Maya beat my ass.
Yeah. And who might be running for mayor, gotta shave up, 20 pounds or so. No.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. I'm looking forward to them doing the whole Mayor Fisk storyline, because I know how important that is in the comics, especially currently, because having a brutal kind of the person who hates vigilantism and wants to be put on top, especially when we got someone who's a high criminal underworld position in a commander-in-chief position in New York City. That's going to make such an interesting storytelling.
And it's really crazy. And it's really crazy the fact that, again, since it's all canon again, that he can get away with this after getting arrested twice. Like, they caught him twice.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all seriously want this guy in the mayor's office?
Right. Well, that actually goes into the next topic here, because speaking of Daredevil or Kingpin, there's another character who's street level that potentially might go street level in this fourth installment, which is Spider-Man. There's been recent reports that either from not from Deadline, but it's been recent reports that Marvel and Sony are actually conflicted in terms of which direction they're going to go. If you've asked Tom Holland, he's saying that, the next direction you want to go to, if he comes back for Spider-Man, which he will, that he wants to make it worthwhile. However, because of the last Spider-Man film, which made almost $2 billion, made about 1.9 to be exact, almost there. But even in the midst of the pandemic, almost $2 billion. Sony's like, hey, we got something here. Maybe add two Spider-Man, each add $1 billion to the box office. That's probably what's going to happen, right? And they're like, you know what? This worked. Let's bring it back again, right? Let's bring Toby. Let's bring Andrew back in the fourth film, right? Let's continue this whole multiverse trend and everything. Let's go that direction. And hey, we got Madam Web coming out next week.
Whoa.
Yeah, Madam Web. I mean, listen, guys, we got Madam Web. Can connect everything. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for Madam Web.
You serious?
Hell no. Anyway, I'm not. But anyway, but yes, it's actually been speculated that Sony is wanting to take the right, and that Marvel want to go to direction of taking it to the street level. wanted to take it to the street level side of things and make it connect into the Daredevil, the Hawkeye, the Punisher, all the Kingpin storylines, all the street level, some type, and it had been speculated might be some type of street level Civil War, technically. If Civil War was connecting all, these bigger heroes, then Spider-Man 4 is going to be like Civil War for these street level characters.
Gang war.
Right. Now, personally, I'm conflicted because there are many different directions they can go. I honestly prefer, because we left off a beautiful ending of Spider-Man No Way Home, that is probably the best direction to take him back to his comic book roots, being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and go as his villain, and with Kingpin, and Vincent D'Onofrio says he wants to see Kingpin and Spider-Man go at it. So I hope this is the direction that they can go, hopefully. But now the multiverse, we got Kang Dynasty, we got Avengers Secret Wars. So J. King, what are your thoughts in terms of direction that maybe, not confirmed, but the studios might be in conflict in terms of what direction you want to take the fourth installment of Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
See, when it comes to that, I mean, as you said, I feel like where we left off with him after No Way Home was a beautiful send off to the Home trilogy, to his time as a teenager. And now that he's going into his adulthood, I feel like, in my honest opinion, I'm with Marvel in saying that I would rather him stick to the streets for right now and wait a little bit before getting back to an Avengers level threat. And I would very much like for him to now get involved with these street level threats, to meet back up with Matt again, take on Kingpin, meet up with more street level superheroes that are starting to make their comeback thanks to the Netflix shows being canon again. We all want to see Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. And that's something that I feel like if we're going to continue a story, you make it, you slowly build this up to crazier shit again. And by doing that, it's by having him do more street level stuff. Yes, his villains are always fantastical, but there are also just some that are just high tech mob bosses, like Tombstone, like Kingpin, like the Enforcers. Like, there are characters that aren't just Green Goblin and Doc Ock, and those that stray into fighting in the multiverse. Now, yes, I would definitely like to see some multiversal stories as well, because there are a lot of multiversal stories when it comes to Spider-Man, especially within the 2010s up to current date. But I just feel like you'd want to ease people back in. Yes, No Way Home made bank. No one can deny it made bank. But if you go immediately into more multiversal stuff so instantly, we're going to have the same problem we had with Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. You're overdoing it. You have to make people want this again. Even though, yes, this is the multiverse saga, you have to make people want this to happen. And to do that, you have to first you need to slowly transition him into being an adult before you go pulling him into the Spider-Verse again. Yes, maybe there's one instance of like whatever is happening with Beyond the Spider-Verse affecting his movie, but outside of that, I would rather it just be more street level. And heck, if you want the villain to have some connection to the multiverse saga, you can do that. But I would just rather it take its time, let him go through college, figure out what he's going to do with his love life, figure out what he's going to do when it comes to connections, because he has literally nobody, before you go throwing him back into a portal, teaming up with Toby and Andrew. Heck, I wouldn't even mind them coming back if it was a more low-key thing. Like, I don't know, maybe he found some spider transporter or something and it's just getting advice from them. Like when it comes to life, like, hey, you guys have like no other superheroes, but like I have no family or friends now. Like the only people he can really turn to kind of situation, rather than it's just being, let's get these two Spider-Men together to fight once again. It's like, I have that already happening within the Spider-Verse animated films. It doesn't need to be in all of the Spider-Man like films. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just would rather them slow down before getting back into the big leagues. You can have hints of things to come, but take it slow, in my opinion. Introduce other concepts, street level concepts, even crazier stuff that doesn't have to do with the multiverse. Just take it slow.
For me, I definitely first of all I agree with J King, especially with you want to take Spider-Man back to his street level comic book roots. But I will definitely say do not bring Toby and Andrew back. It was a beautiful send off to bring them back for No Way Home. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful send off for them to see, and of course, there was also it was a really good redemption for Andrew Garfield as well. But none, I get it. We're in the multiverse saga, but here's the thing: where we got like animated multiverse franchise, and we got MCU multiverse franchise, which is barely sticking to the walls. No pun intended. But yes, you could definitely stick back to his street level concept, especially not every villain has to be like Green Goblin or Doc Ock or Venom. Of course, there's also street level characters that you can use, like previously mentioned, Hammerhead, Tombstone, Silvermane, Kingpin, the Owl, even though he's a Daredevil villain, but he kind of associated with Spider-Man for a little bit. Um, Even Hobgoblin. I know I said not Green Goblin, but I could say you can do Hobgoblin because Hobgoblin did have a little bit of, mob connection. Oh, and this one just popped into my head. You could also use the Rose, a very, very no one knows who this character is, but he's basically known
Oh,
as
I know what you're talking about.
I
I
know
know
to
you're talking about this.
the common consensus, the common audience, who do not know who the Rose is. That's basically Kingpin's son. So you have
Mhm.
multiple street level villains that you could choose from to do this. So that's why I think it's good that you want to stick back to the street level concept, especially if you want to have them interact with Daredevil and other street level characters like Punisher, because Punisher did make his first appearance in a Spider-Man comic before he became a mainstay. So it will be a very interesting, cool concept to see a street level friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
You're muted.
I got you. Let us know in the comment section down below your thoughts on what direction that you feel Marvel should take Tom Holland Spider-Man. Do you want to bring back Toby or Andrew? The multiverse was great. Let's bring it back together again. Or go back to his roots of being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Connect with Kingpin and other street level, other Spider-Man, Rogues Gallery, Scorpion, other things, that they're setting up, right? Also, we got the symbiote, has been left in the MCU. I don't think that was a coincidence. Again, in a direction that they're heading to with Secret Wars and everything is definitely going down a direction. They do have a plan somehow. I don't think they can't just leave that symbiote left there unaddressed. So hopefully we're going down a darker direction, and hopefully we can get Spectacular Spider-Man black suit, beating the crap out of these villains and then waking up like, hey, what did I just do? Yeah, you were out last night, dude. Stuff like that. That's what I would like to see. But yeah, let us know in the comment section down below. All right. Now, before we get into the big discussion of today, we're going to another universe across a different multiverse, or Elseworlds, I should say. As you know, in the realm of DC, there's a new beginning that's coming soon. And with that, we got Superman Legacy, which is coming out in almost a year and a half from now. It's been almost a year since James Gunn has announced his super.
It has been a year. It's already been a year already.
It's been a year that he announced his DC slate of films, starting with Superman Legacy. And now with that, Superman, not just by himself, he's the last son of Krypton, but he's not alone. He got some family. And we got his cousin, Carl Zor-El, which is named Carl for short, is getting her own movie, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Now, this is based really the inspiration of the comic book storyline Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which is a good read, and I actually think it's a good read and a good story for her character. Right here, let me get the picture for it. This is the art from that comic, and it's a very amazing read, and I hope you guys can check that out. But this is the inspiration of the Supergirl that they're going to take, but it's going to be more darker, more grittier Supergirl, and with that, you're going to need a lot of anger, someone that can drive emotion and stuff like that. But again, with this anger, you need someone who has a lot of heat, and what better than heat than the mother of dragons, or at least her bloodline, I should say. They cast the actress who played in the show called well, not played in the show. She was the heir to the throne and currently might be, in the Dance of Dragons. The show House of Dragons, she played Rhaenyra Targaryen, the younger version of Rhaenyra, which I think was the better version. That's my opinion. But Millie Alcock, she's playing Supergirl. She's been cast by James Gunn. This was confirmed last week. And yeah, she's going to be our new Supergirl. Now, there was a running for another actress. I forgot her name, Meg Donnelly, I believe. She's voiced Supergirl before in animated. She's currently voicing her in Crisis on Infinite Earths, the animated film. And it was up to her and Millie Alcock, but fortunately, Millie Alcock got the role. And yeah, I don't think this is bad casting. She does give a very exotic type of alien look of a Kryptonian look of someone that can be a more darker version of Supergirl. Now, again, basing off the Woman of Tomorrow storyline, I want to know how they're going to actually make this. Again, even if James Gunn is going to be directing potentially, I don't know, but definitely I don't want to feel like James Gunn have to direct every DC movie. But
It's too much work for one man.
Right, too much work, right? But I saw some comments. I think Matthew Vaughn made. He was saying he's confused that why did James Gunn cast Supergirl? Isn't opposed to the director of the movie Supergirl supposed to cast a actor? But I'm like, well, obviously they're casting her now because she's going to be in Superman Legacy. So it makes sense the fact that they're going to cast both of the cousins in the same movie, so that she can spring off to her own film and go on with that. And I honestly believe that the person who's writing the script, which I know James Gunn is discussions who are making this Supergirl movie, that they're going to go on with that casting. And I don't believe they were not involved in the casting. But J. King, what's your thoughts on casting of Millie Alcock as Supergirl?
I think that this is actually very perfect casting. Because again, when it comes to Kara, we've seen many interpretations of Kara, both live action and in the animated world. And it's either, the cutesy, very happy cousin, or you got something amidst of like the New 52 of like very rageful, or, the kind of version that we had in the Flash movie that came out this past year. But I think, there's always been a healthy balance of like, stranger on a whole different world that she has different to her cousin Cal, in terms of just like she saw the destruction. She was old enough to remember the destruction and remember all the people she lost and have a different experience than what Clark has being an infant, not really even remembering Krypton outside of whatever images were stored on his ship. And I feel like you definitely need someone that you can see the anger like boiling from, but also someone that has a lot of compassion and a lot of heart. And I feel like Millie, she definitely looks like she can fit the bill for that character. From what I've seen, I definitely think that this is a perfect casting. Again, we don't know what the suit looks like. She just got casted, but I'm very interested in seeing her performance as Kara, first in Superman Legacy and then branching off into Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I think this is actually really good. And I can't wait to see what her version of Kara brings. Because again, as someone who was very familiar, who's very familiar with the storyline that they are adapting before it got announced to being the film, I have an idea of what they're trying to do with her. And if they do it right, this could be really good. So I'm just gonna say, great casting. I'm all for it. Yes, there are plenty of others that could have definitely fit the bill too, but in my opinion, I'm all for it.
Yeah, Blackwing.
So yeah, regarding the casting, I mean, I think when it comes to casting, I don't really like. Once I see the actor who they choose, I have to visually picture the character in my brain to see like, okay, I think this character fits the role perfectly. Sorry, but honestly, I'm not really a Game of Thrones fan, or I have watched House of Dragons. But like J. King said, we have many different
Emotional damage.
Are you gonna do that every time I tell you something I haven't watched before? Sheesh. Anyway,
It's his show. He got the buttons.
I get it.
I don't got the buttons.
Anyway, so yeah, we've had many interpretations of Kara before, or Kara, sorry. She's dang it. CW has been pronouncing the name incorrectly for so many years. So we've had many interpretations of Kara. We've had the we had Valley Girl, kind of cutesy. We've had aggressive, tough Kara many times. We've had Kara who is curious about the world around her when she first arrives to Earth, with Superman showing her the ropes of everything. So this I'm very familiar with the story. I haven't read it yet. I still got to get around to reading it so I can be familiar and be prepared for when this movie releases. But I'm actually really looking forward to this because we haven't we haven't gotten to see both Clark and Kara in on the same screen unless you're watching like an animated film or an animated TV show. So with this
Or
being
the
like the first,
CW universe.
or the CW, right? Or so this is going to be like a great, take to see both of these iconic Kryptonians together on like the big screen for properly this time. Looking at you, Flash.
Not the CGI people from the afterlife.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Ugh.
god.
I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
They
Anyway,
weren't.
no, they weren't. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing both of these characters together at the same time. Again, I know this kind of going into Superman Legacy. I feel they are putting a lot of other DC characters into this movie, and part of me is a little worried because I'm like, is this a Superman movie or is this supposed to be something else? Because you're putting a lot of characters in for your new universe, and this movie is supposed to set the tone for the new universe. This is the new slate that we're supposed to be going into. So you don't want to make the same mistake with like with Amazing Spider-Man 2, where you put so much in there and tease so much that your universe is in shambles. You want to set the tone out correctly, the right way, but just don't overindulge us with all these characters that we know, and some to maybe even the regular movie going audience that may not know, who are not familiar with these characters. You don't want to confuse them. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, well, because to be fair, like that, you do bring up a good point because there's going to be a lot of characters in this film. Now, again, James Gunn both have been very adamant, saying like, "Hey, listen, there's a lot of characters in this film. Doesn't mean that they have bigger roles, small roles, whatever, right? Even though he is someone that doesn't believe in cameo diarrhea, which I fully agree on that. But yeah, you can still have a very impactful Superman story, regardless if you're in the world of DC. Again, we don't know how much Guy Garner, Green Lantern is going to be in there, Miss Terrific, Hawk Girl. We don't know how much screen time they're going to have, right? The engineer, right. Metamorpho, we don't know how much time they're going to be in this film, but they'll just play a pivotal role in that story. Again, James Gunn done a very good job, especially with the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, of having a world of characters, but we're still sitting around group core members of people. Even if it's just one person, that's half the battle. Because again, Guardians of the Galaxy had to juggle a whole bunch of people, but you sit on one person, even though the main character of the film was Peter Quill. That you gave a person throughout this entire trilogy of Guardians of the Galaxy emphasis on someone who had hope, who can inspire, who can dream, right? And I'm like, well, if you did that with Peter Quill, what the heck are you going to do with Superman? That's just to me where I'm like, I'm a full proponent of letting this guy cook. And even then, when people was talking about, I know someone made a comment about whether James Gunn might make it campy or anything like that. Well, I'm like, well, we have very super evil Superman, dark, in many different directions. We're having this mantra of evil Superman, just cool in all mediums. I want just Superman. And part of him, even them being the wholesome guy, there might be a little campiness in there, but that's the fact his character, that he's in this world where he's representing kind of true justice, the American way, or a better tomorrow. And the fact that he's surrounded with all these darker characters that's challenging his ethics, challenging his morals and stuff when he still is technically the strongest being in this planet, right? That is the core of who Superman is. And even though we've seen moments of that in all previous iterations, even with Henry Cavill, we haven't got it fully displayed where he put into his full glory in a whole cinematic universe. So that's where I'm like, where to the fact that everybody can relate to this character. So when you do kill him off, it actually have impact and weight, not just
Kill him off in your second movie.
yes.
Exactly.
So you're right. So, like example, even when he vanished away, when Vandal Savage had a beam or Toyman, it'll vanish him into the future, a distant future with Vandal Savage, and then we see Superman's funeral, and Batman doesn't show up, but he is in the distance because he don't believe he's dead. Right? When we see all these other characters there and the entire league holding his casket, and Lex Luthor show up into his funeral and saying that he's going to miss him while Lois Lane is hitting him, saying, "Are you happy now?" Those moments build up of a legacy, what the impact that Superman has on everybody else. See, guys, it's not hard to read comics. Just watch a fucking cartoon show. Anyway,
And also to go back to the whole, like, everybody, like, if you have a problem with it being campy, you have a problem with Superman in general, because the guy is a Boy Scout. At the end of the day, he is a fucking Boy Scout, raised in Kansas by two loving parents. Yes, I get it. We love to see Superman wreck house, but we don't need to see him do that all the dang time. I think we've gotten so used to the likes of what Snyder kind of did, and with the fact of Homelander from The Boys, or season 1 of with Omni-Man and Invincible, or Injustice Superman in certain areas. People are just so used to, or Brightburn even, people are just so used to the fact of, if they're evil, then it instantly makes them cooler. Nah.
I blame the Injustice universe for that.
Right, and the fact is, he wasn't even evil. He was just conflicted on so many occasions, but people just took it as straight evil. People took it as just straight evil, and they think evil means better. They think killing makes better for both Superman and Batman, and that has become one of the most annoying things, because it's like, you don't want Batman and Superman in that case. You want a different character. You want a Punisher-like character.
The best way I can put it, again, this is a great anime series which nobody really is talking about, but it just came out at a very weird time, but it's still great, which is My Adventures with Superman. And it's younger,
I still gotta watch that show.
Right.
It's so good.
It's a younger story with Superman, with Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen and stuff. But again, this is the part where people who know this character, which I believe James Gunn does, and then this is a point that I believe that people need to let him cook, where I'm willing to step back and let the creator is. He has a tremendous weight on this, and even then, I believe people going to, when this movie come out, are going to hate this movie. You don't know how many times.
I'll take it even further, Mike. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm gonna say too, it's like, instantly people are going to hate this movie, and it is for multiple reasons. 1, it's campy. 2, he's not dark and serious, and 3, because it's not Snyder.
Folks.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, hold on. I'm gonna make, before you make a comment. Daniels are absolutely right. There is moments where you have awkward comedy that a joke that may not slam with everything. But again, I don't think he's going to do that with this particular character. Yes, I understand he's done that with Peacemaker. He done that with Guardians. He done that with Suicide Squad. But all of these characters are kind of in the same vein. In the same rugged, mature type of, outcast lane. Superman is your golden child. And again, I think that this also hopefully will challenge me as a viewer looking at James, because I've seen him done this before with the Peter Quill character, aside from all the jokey comedy aspect of it. But to see James Gunn now take this character, who may make a joke once in a while, whatever, but is also representing bigger than just a comedy or just making a fool of himself. He's representing hope. He's representing justice, but purity and humanity, even though he is representing a person as a god. And that's the problem with Zack Snyder, even though I love his visionary. I love him cinematically, what he does and stuff. In no way I feel like he's a bad director, but it just also just in terms of your approach to a character personally, that I feel that I never saw these people as gods, even as a kid. Even now, Like I saw my biggest impactful scenes of Superman is just him in a diner talking to Batman in a coffee shop, and just talking about life in their alter egos, and just talking about life and situations. We don't have those scenes.
Breaking bread over a cup of coffee.
The last time for me that I felt like, Superman was really that balance of, what we all actually should have him be, truth, justice, a better tomorrow, is both, again, my adventures with Superman and Superman and
Superman
Lois.
and Lois.
Where this man, where it's not cringy for this man to be like, thanks, my mom made this costume for me, and fly off. Yet he's still able to take on the likes of Doomsday. Like,
Literally
you can have
one
it
of the
both
best
ways.
live action Superman shows we've ever had.
Thank you. It is like, bruh, like you can have Superman be kind, but but when they shouldn't have him snap all the time. When it snaps, it should be like that oh shoot moment. Like for instance, season 2, if you do that again, I will come for you. One of those moments. One of those moments when you don't do it all the time, make it like, oh crap, like, oh yeah, he is the strongest dude, but at the same time, he's not overly angry all the time.
And this is going to go into another thing that I was supposed to mention. Folks, watch Superman the Animated Series, as it is probably the black sheep of the DC Animated Universe because it's overly shadowed, no pun intended, by Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond and its other shows like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. But this show is the epitome of what Superman really is, especially in a time where, coming off where there was no Superman movies, coming off of Superman 4, DC had to find a way to get, another, a continuation with that universe. This shows the perfect example of what Superman is. And yes, even though I feel like, Mike, you can attest to this because we watched some episodes and commentary. We did some commentaries on some episodes. Even though Superman pulls his punches in this show, it's still part of his character. Because a lot of people don't know. And yes, people are so used to the, like you said, J. King, they love when Superman cuts loose every single time. Whenever you watch Superman, he always pulls his punches. Always. He always holds back is what he does. Because if he holds back, if he doesn't hold back, he's pretty much going to destroy the planet. Do you want that? Is that the hero that you want? So, do you want a hero that's going to destroy you in, literally 60 seconds or 60 minutes? Or do you want one that's going to actually protect you and defend you at all times? Take a pick.
Got you. No, you're absolutely right. Absolute facts. And it confirmed the Daniel comments. Yes, Superman and Lois is not canceled, but it is going to receive its last season, and the budget of the show has been cut in half.
Ouch.
And obviously, because some of the cast members are just going to be not season regulars from season 4 to season 5. Is it going to the 5th season or is 4th season?
4th season's the final season.
Yeah, it's going into its 4th.
All right, yeah, it's going to his 4th season. Yeah, so from season 3 to 4, cut the budget, and a lot of cast members are not going to be series regulars. It's getting to its final days, but either way, a fantastic show.
It's still one of the best Superman shows we've had.
But yes, and so yeah, let us know, comment section down below, the casting of Millie Alcock as Supergirl, and also just your hopes for Superman Legacy, which will be coming out in July of 2025. All right, guys. Now, the next topic is actually going to be a discussion because something came out the last week, and again,
put me in, coach. Put me in first.
So if for some of y'all don't know, you see this picture right behind me. I put Green Lantern in the background. Right now, Green Lantern have seen some brighter days, but this time it was dark and gloomy, and a lot of fans were frustrated. Some of us might be on this panel right now. But some fans, hey, this is a great game, and this is a story. It's called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, y'all. Yes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League came out last week. Come out early access, but then with early access come leaks and comes full playthrough, and now you just gotta wait 24 hours until one person can cut up all the cutscenes and give you the full story, and which someone did, and you were able to watch it all in the background while you're at work, like I did. And now we got the full story of Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. So we know what happened. And this is only going to be our review, our discussion, our rant, our discussion, maybe awakening or enlightenment. We don't know. Of Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, which is coming on PS5 platforms and all that stuff. Yeah, we're only going to be reviewing the story, not the gameplay. Pretty sure game mechanics cool, whatever. We're talking about the story. So I just want to go in with J King first. No.
See, I told you, put me in first, coach. Put me in first.
Okay. All right, okay. I'll let him go first. Just letting you know his videos will be coming out shortly. This week I'm still doing some editing and stuff like that. But it's still his review, his slow review, which I think was actually a good review, video and everything will be coming out this week. So make sure you guys hit the notification bell so you can be up to date on uploads, especially coming from myself and J King on this platform. All right, Blackwing, Frat, tag you in.
I got 3 points I want to bring up, maybe 4. First point number 1. With this game being taking place in the Arkham universe, you mean to tell me that this universe had a Justice League, or in this case, the other members of the Justice League existed in this universe? And yes, they have. And they even they name drop other cities in Arkham City and in Arkham Knight. They mentioned Metropolis a couple of times. They mentioned even sometimes Keystone City a couple of times. You mean to tell me this is the game that we get the Justice League, but you make them the antagonists of this game? That's my problem number 1. It's basically saying that we could have gotten a Justice League. Maybe we could have got something Justice League related in the Arkham universe. Do you not know how much money, how much buckets you could make off of a rock steady Justice League game? Especially with how well they flourish with the Arkham trilogy. That's my problem number 1. Problem number 2. This is basically a 50-50, but I'm just stating my piece on it. This is extremely disrespectful to Kevin Conroy as Batman. The reason why I say this is because this universe started with that Batman. This is what it started with. His identity got revealed at the end of Arkham Knight. And now you I read some of the plot synopsis. I saw some clips. Batman was a help to the Suicide Squad in the beginning, sometime in the beginning of the game story. And then, of course, he gets brainwashed. And then you have Harley kill him point blank in the head. I'm like, this is the guy that started this universe. You have the man who voiced him in this universe. And then you just kill him off. That's your send. Even though this is not the last performance that we have of Kevin Conroy. Thank the Lord, because this was not a good send off. That's my problem number 2. Problem number 3. Stop. Why are we trying to cash in on trying to make the Suicide Squad a household name? They will never. Maybe, but I could just maybe be speaking to myself. But there is no way you can make a household name of a team of supervillains and anti-heroes over the Justice League, the team of DC, the team. Teen Titans is basically the B team of DC. But there is no way in any shape or form that the Suicide Squad should be getting this much publicity over the Justice League, or even the Teen Titans, or even the Justice Society for that matter. And those are all 3 of my points. I'm done. I don't like this game. And on top of that, I saw some clips, and again, they did my boy Jon Stewart dirty. And this game released on Black History Month of all.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? In Black History, right? You know, we are our brother's keeper. What do you mean? But I mean, listen,
Jon Stewart barely gets enough media coverage, and the fact that they gave him this disgusts me. It disgusts me so much to the holy heavens that I do not like it. when this game got delayed, like on its third time that it got delayed, I already knew this is not going to do well whatsoever. I knew. I saw the signs. The writings were on the wall. And I saved my money. And I saved space on my PS5. That space can go to something else. Like Rise of Ronin. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm done.
All right, J. King. J. King. J. King. J. King.
That's it, time out. Guys, let's all calm down, yeah? We're all worked up. Let's all just, like, chill the F out.
Yes.
So, what is your thoughts on Suicide Squad kills the Justice League? Question, comments, concerns. Say everything. Let the people know.
Look, I already know I'm going to get a lot of hate for my opinion on this. I will agree this is not Rocksteady's best story. Like, okay, when I made my thoughts on one of the certain topics, I'll say that was before the full thing came out. I've now seen the full story of this whole game, and it's not the best. I understand that a lot of what you guys are saying, the Suicide Squad being a household name, is something that it doesn't really work. I can at least agree on that it doesn't really work, especially if you do it a lot. Again, I have not played the game personally myself, so I can't say anything about gameplay wise. But in terms of story, I understand a lot of people's like just disdain for this, like the fact that this is within the Arkham universe, the fact that there's so much potential that could have happened within the Arkham universe instead of this, especially with the museum saying what happened post Arkham Knight. There's a lot of things that, yes, we would have liked to have seen. And I can attest and say, yes, they definitely would have liked to have seen some of these other things. Now, what I was discussing before in the whole thing that'll be out later is the whole Kevin Conroy part. I get it, especially when you're only purely looking at this as, again, at the time, his final performance as Batman, but yes, his final performance as Arkham Batman. I understand completely that to a lot of people, no matter what I even say about this, it's just disrespectful. I completely get it. But as I have been saying multiple times, even though a lot of people have been argumentative about it with me online, is that I have a feeling, even with some people leaving Rocksteady and all that, I feel like since they took so much time to talk about the Arkham Legacy before this game came out and before early access and all that stuff, I feel like if they could have changed it, knowing he was gonna die, knowing that Kevin was not gonna be around much longer, they would have. And I also see the comments saying, "Oh, we did it to push another." And it's like, no, 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 no. We're not starting that woke bullshit. Okay, we're not starting that conversation. It is not about that. Any of them could have shot him, and y'all would still be mad. We are not going there. I do not even want to have that conversation right now. But what I'm saying is that if they could have changed, at least in the sense of what happened for Batman, they would have. If they knew it was going to be one of his last performances, they would have changed it. They would have had it be a heroic sacrifice or something like that. I feel like that would have been the case, so it doesn't feel like, oh, Batman's excluded in this game that's literally titled Kill the Justice League. Now, yes, there is a lot of now unseen potential in a universe where the Justice League forms post Arkham Knight. There is a lot of potential that has been missed when it comes to the characters we've seen and the characters that have been alluded to. But at the end of the day, Rocksteady wanted to tell a story, and they told it. Not every product is going to be well received. There were people that hated Arkham Origins at one point, but now you see people that actually don't hate Arkham Origins now. So it's only going to say later, like, how people actually feel about this game once there's time to actually think it over, maybe replay it later on down the line. We'll see if anybody even wants to replay it. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's the story they wanted to tell. Maybe there's a better story that they can tell later on. I don't know. But in terms of the deaths, again, it's the name of the game. And in terms of Batman's death, I'm pretty sure they would have changed it if they knew they wouldn't be able to have another chance to do anything with him again. Like anything with Kevin Conroy again. But again, what's done is done. If you don't like this game, there's nothing that any of us can say to persuade you or to change your mind, because the internet has already made up its idea about this game from day one. I remember people seeing the announcement of this back in 2020 or 2021 and completely were just like, nah. They were just like, nah, I don't want to play this game. This looks like freaking Fortnite. I don't want to play this game. This looks bad. This is not what I remember from Rocksteady. I don't want to do this. I don't want to indulge in this. And no matter what I say, you're just gonna see this as disrespectful. You're just gonna see this as woke, even though it's not. You're gonna see this as just an abysmal abomination of a game and the coffin to put Rocksteady down 6 feet under. So really, what can I even say? What can I even say? There are elements here that I like, but that doesn't matter. What happened. You made up your mind. You hate these characters. I get it. That's all I got to say. More thoughts coming in my own thing later, but that's all I got to say. Take it as you will.
Yeah, so well, my thoughts on this were, okay, I actually was looking forward to this game because I'm only getting this game for the story, right? And again, I didn't know how I felt about this because I was just trying to see, are you really going to kill them? Are you really going to kill them? And yeah, they go ahead and they kill them, all of them, and now, even as being an Elseworlds type of thing, whatever, I don't think it's disrespectful for the legacy of Kevin Conroy if he participated in it willingly knowing that this was going to happen.
It's like a similar. Sorry, but it's like a similar thing to what happened with the CW Crisis on Infinite Earths. He showed up, he got killed, but he was perfectly fine with that performance. I don't think it would have gone through if he wasn't okay with it.
Yeah, so like, he, this willingness was going to happen and stuff, but let's say some of the things I liked with this game, right? Now, going in this worst case scenario thing, I do like there's some dynamic of the Suicide Squad together. Again, King Shark, I like, again, for him still having some tied to the fact that he is a god or demigod, to his family. They're all kind of broken, people and everything. But when it comes to like with these certain characters, we see the formation of the Justice League in their eyes, in terms of how it came to be and stuff like that with these each members and stuff. So, and the fact that you're presenting a situation where, hey, how the heck are these people going to defeat this? The Justice League is a surprising situation, and it can be interesting if they can be smart with it. Like, how are they going to do that, right? Amanda Waller, I thought she was a good Waller. I mean, I like the actress from Jedi Survivor. She's a good actress and stuff, so I think she played a good Waller. Let's see. Hold on, let me think about it. I like the role of Wonder Woman in this game. I like that she played the emotional anchor that regardless everything happened, she was still doing everything to her last breath to save her friends. And she still represents this type of moral code for the Justice League. Like when she went, it's over. Like it was, because even though everybody was lost, then like she was still trying to do everything she could to get her friends back and stuff. But then that happened. But I felt like and then seeing that because of their deaths, the people that they were trying to kill, even Wonder Woman, that I think the death of Wonder Woman actually shifted the characters after when they saw her getting killed. They're like, no, we can't. We have to step in and actually, we're not actually really evil people. Yes, we've done some horrible things, but then we're seeing this person like giving her life to save her friend. And I saw that particular scene. There's moments where I felt sad that Wonder Woman getting killed, but then I see the reaction that's getting out of the Suicide Squad is probably what they needed or something. And I thought that was just kind of interesting, right? Let's see. I like the role Lex Luthor played in this game. Not the Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor. When you get into the whole multiverse and stuff, they do an interesting concept with this in terms of actually how to resolve this and everything. You was seeing the other people like Toyman and Tinker and all stuff like that, and that was interesting to add and incorporate in that. But however, now even with that point, there's one thing that me personally, I feel like I've been having agreements for years to be exact. It's Black History Month, and I have an issue on this black on black violence and the mistreatment of John Stewart Green Lantern. But then when I saw this scene right here,
See, I didn't even bother to look at his death scene because I didn't want to deal with the stress.
listen, I'm gonna tell you how bad the mistreatment of John Stewart Green Lantern is. And it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Last time I saw this dude, if you guys saw Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, this dude, he was the last man standing of the Lantern Corps, right? Last man standing in the Lantern Corps, right? And then all of a sudden, in brightest day, blackest night, no evil will escape my sight. Those who worship evil's might, wear my power, and he didn't finish it because he got burnt to a crisp. And this is the last scene right here. I am sick of this black man being put on the bottom of the totem pole in this. James Gunn, if you want to help a brother out, I put him on the back. I put him on the back of this background for a reason. Justice for John Stewart in movie, television, and comics. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even talking about the game anymore because it's whatever. Justice for John Stewart. Justice for John Stewart. I don't care, Barry Allen. He got pissed on by Boomerang. Whatever. I did. There was one scene gameplay that was actually funny where they were fighting the Flash, and then the scene where Captain Boomerang is fighting, and the Flash took his clothes off in midair, and then he got his clothes back on and stuff. But yeah, it was like a quick fight scene. But that was funny. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of the. This is my Green Lantern since day one, since I was a kid in Justice League Unlimited, and I think this figure is important, and he's not a weak, person just to be killed off. And he was done dirty in this. He was done dirty in the game. He was done dirty in the Injustice comics, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God!
I'm sick of it. The mistreatment of John. I might make that a damn video. Hey, Justice for John Stewart Green Lantern. I might make a video for that. Hey, put in the comments and hit the like button. You want me to make a video of John Stewart Green Lantern? I'll gladly say Justice for John Stewart Green Lantern. But yeah, she said if Diggle get done in Arrowverse, good luck. Right. Hey, you know what, black man? We're gonna tease you with the ring, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make you throw that ring into nothingness and just say, no, I can't. Nah. Justice for Jon Stewart. But yeah. Superman. The gold kryptonite. Okay. Like that little Smallville connection there. I haven't seen gold kryptonite in 20 years.
Last time I saw gold kryptonite was in Injustice 2.
Right. I haven't seen. Oh, yeah, probably was Injustice 2. Yeah, I didn't see gold kryptonite in years. So I was like, okay, interesting. Trying to switch it up a little bit. Wonder Woman trying to make a freaking kryptonite shield. Okay, interesting. I see what you're doing. Okay, well, some things also I didn't like in terms of story. I'm just talking about that this definitely, even though I don't think that disrespect the legacy of Kevin Conroy, this definitely adds a bump in the road for the legacy of the Arkhamverse. Because, again, there are people that are going to automatically uncanonize this game, and maybe rightfully so, because I think it. But I felt kind of the main reason I wanted to see this game was like, okay, this is a continuation, not a prequel or anything like that, whatever. How did Batman come back? How did Bruce Wayne, after everything they experienced in Arkham Knight, came back? Well, apparently, he just came back. Superman showed up. You want to join the league? Cool. And I guess humanity was like, you're Bruce Wayne, but we okay. And then he just joined the Justice League. And not only that, he joined the Justice League. He gonna go in the Hall of Justice, tell everybody his name, his identity, why he became Batman, talking about all his toys and everything. And unfortunately, everybody will have that, to give to kids and hologram and stuff, except for Batman. In my opinion, the only hologram that would actually made sense was his protocols to attack the Justice League. That made sense. For Bruce Wayne to have his own hall of justice explaining, these are my gadgets and toys. I am Bruce Wayne. I am the Knight. I am Batman. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Make sure you take a brochure and leave it at the door. Make sure, and remember, criminals litter.
Make sure to pick up your Robins or else they get killed.
Yep.
Speaking of Robins, see, you had to do that. You had to do that. Speaking of Robins, apparently he killed his Robin. We saw the mask left on the freaking floor.
Yep. Apparently, Tim Drake got clapped.
Yeah. See, I'm just I'm.
Give me one moment.
Let me. And speaking of the head of Rocksteady,
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
But
is this what we doing? This is what we doing now?
Like you killed Robin, and and literally it's like you're pissing out the curse. You calling it rain, Captain Boomerang. It's like that's literally, but then it's my thing too. Something was going to happen. They could have just left it. They could just do another story in the DC world Arkhamverse. But you kill your top dogs, and we have the multiverse. We have to kill 12 Brainiacs in the multiverse and stuff. We had to fight an alternate Flash, whatever. We're gonna get a Joker DLC who's not Joker, but
it's basically Joker, but he hasn't gone full villain yet. Like he just had the accident, basically.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and but listen, we might see something in the future. They keep making Deathstroke comments. Last time I checked, Amanda Waller walked up into a jail cell, and it was Deathstroke talking about the Justice League in the Batman Arkham Origins game. I remember that specifically, y'all. And you didn't connect that.
And canonically, in the last time we seen Deathstroke in the Arkhamverse, he got his ass in a tank. He got his ass whooped in a tank and put in a jail cell. So he should either still be at Arkham or Blackgate.
Right. And in terms of the whole woke, messing stuff that I understand, listen, we're in the age of safe diversity. We're making white gingers black now. It's what we're gonna be doing now for the next 20 years. But Harley Quinn killing Batman, I don't think that's a woke feminist thing to do. It's like who other Batman character would have done?
Not. It's
not.
Like, look,
I know why though. Because they saw a banner in the background that says, "We welcome all heroes." That's with the Rainbow Coalition. You know what I'm saying? That's why they were calling it woke. If you guys did not know.
Of course, people take a scene like that and they're just like, it's woke. They're killing a male character to uplift a female character. No, as I just said, any of them could have shot him. Any of them. But because it's Harley, it's woke.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, but then after that, right before that, we see Superman beating the crap out of a woman, a 6 foot tall woman. He beat.
Y'all don't cancel him.
He lasered the freak out of her. But mind you, that's modernism. When Harley Quinn killed Batman, that was feminism. And then when Deadshot killed Green Lantern, that was racism.
And then when Joker shot Barbara, that was
Don't even finish that sentence.
Yeah. I don't know what you can say. That's disabilityism. That's I don't know.
I don't know. Look, people will say anything these days. I just choose to shut them up.
Yeah, we're calling. Yeah, so the next 13 missions is called the woke espionage. We're going through the multiverse. We're gonna fight all these, and we're gonna fight the anti-Justice League characters. Now let's go into the next multiverse and see what's going on. But hey, I don't know what the next mission is going to be other than you killing purple aliens from Spy Kids and stuff. But you know what I mean? Remember the purple creatures from Spy Kids? I do. Remember? I remember that. But yeah, that's all you're doing. I'm just looking at this. I just think that there's so many ways they could change this up. But I just, you know what I mean?
Like the purple creatures from Spy Kids.
I mean, and then also there was a scene, they had to make a scene where she looked at her old costume from Arkham Asylum and her in the
Arkham Knight
and Arkham Knight, whatever, and then look at the locker and she's like, yeah, right. But you wore it.
You put it on. Nobody forced you to. And that was Arkham Knight. Joker didn't force you to.
Game developers made me do it. No, no. But like, it just, yeah. But yeah, yeah. The Deadshot versus Lantern, black on black. It literally was. That's the thing I was like, I'm through. He was already disarmed. And also, you breaking DC logic with King Shark is able to put a freaking Green Lantern ring. Listen, this is the part. Seriously,
no.
Can we not talk about this? Like, I don't care. I don't care what Jay King. I don't care what anybody else says. That makes absolutely no sense. And how Warner Brothers will allow you to do that? Like this dude, he's like, in Brightest Day.
No, don't, Mike.
Mike, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it.
Stop while you're ahead.
Right. I mean, seriously, that's not how the Force works. Like, seriously.
We know. We don't want to talk about it though.
And he can't.
All right. I can accept Captain Boomerang stealing a Speed Force gauntlet, but that
I will never accept that.
That's where I'm like, I'm through. I'm through. I'm through.
Like, when do I have to, like, can someone book me a flight to Warner Brothers so I could just give them a rundown of how I or some of us could do a better job of running things. Like seriously, because clearly y'all can't seem to do a good job of it.
Now look at this. Like I was pissed. Like seriously, he couldn't fit the ring on. He fit it on his pinky. He fit it on his pinky or pinky. Where he can't. Like I just
Like it wasn't even a whole it wasn't even a whole nano gauntlet like the ring grows or whatever. It's just pinky, say the words, boom, got your green on. Got your green on, boy. No. That's not
No,
how lantern rings work. I would have
that's not
accepted if it was a
work.
different ring, but not the Green Lanterns. Like that, which is crazy because they had a Sinestro ring. They found one at one point in the game, if I'm remembering correctly.
They what?
Yes,
yeah.
at one point there was a Sinestro ring. There was a Sinestro core ring.
They couldn't fight Green Lantern on his own, right? Because it make all the astral projections, whatever. They used Sinestro core energy, to actually combat it. So when you saw the trailer and you look at all these Green Lantern fight scenes, like why it looks so like yellow and stuff? Because they're using using Sinestro core energy to fight Green Lantern to bring his powers down and all that stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I did like the Batman fight, the fact that he's Nightmare Batman and Harley.
Oh yeah,
just,
because they confirmed that he did indeed use Scarecrow's fear toxin post Arkham Knight. So the whole Nightmare Batman we saw at the end, that was Bruce using the fear toxin. So continuing that, I thought that was good.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, but again, I felt the transitioning to the history of the Arkhamverse through a museum and Red Hood might be out there, Dick might be out there, Barbara might be out there.
Tim ain't out there no more.
Stop it.
You know what? Clear thing. We could see the mask. Doesn't mean he's dead. We saw some blood down there. But just as we saw pregnancy tests, in Arkham City, anything's possible. We can't just believe what we see on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It's Arkhamverse. We can't.
True, that pregnancy test,
we probably seen
Lois will lead to a Damian Wayne game.
And mind you, he said, hello, yes, son. He didn't say Tim. He just said son. Right? He didn't say Tim. He just said son. So we don't know. It could be Damian. Oh.
Or, and this is something I don't even want to think about because he said son, please, not Dick.
No, he could call. No, people think, he called Tim his son and all stuff like that.
I mean,
but
they're all technically his kids, but yeah.
But and yet he said, "You guys are my friends." No, they're your family. No, and that's the thing. And there's certain languages when you Bruce Wayne that you use. The first your people. So again.
I'm done with this game.
I think some people are probably bitching on it. Okay, cool, we all do. But then, on the other hand, they knew better. And part of the journey is the end. We're about to get another game verse that can be connected to everything that hopefully that matters. So,
for a lot of people, this has turned into another Last of Us 2 situation. This has turned into another one of those.
Well, Last of Us 2, that's a different thing. But this is like, you actually have canon that you're breaking. That makes no sense. That follow DC logic. I've been, you don't even tell me what the rules of DC. I know what the rules of DC are. Just don't play with me like I'm an idiot. And you did. This is the part of ageism that we get, y'all. And I'm telling y'all, J. King probably experienced it because we're a little bit older. A little bit. We're almost there. Listen, I'm telling y'all. There'll come time again, like I experienced 2010's Last Airbender, and in a couple of weeks I might get my childhood trauma, healed. But guess what? Some people weren't even born to remember that. Can you believe it? Right? And that's it. We're not the target audience anymore. We're target audience is 14-year-olds in China. So, and it's just part of life. you take your wins, take your losses when it comes to these movies, these IPs, these properties. We can get passionate about some things
I
and
mean,
stuff.
hey, I had the same trauma happen with that freaking movie too, so I understand.
Hey, don't take it personal. It's okay, because in any my, and who knows? In 10 years' time, we can have a cohesive DC universe with IP gaming and DC comes on top. And I can say I waited over 30 years for a cohesive universe, and that's okay. But it's bittersweet. But again, Black Lives Matter. This is not how the force works. Yeah, but I said some good things in it. I thought, okay, let's talk some moments in it. I thought the way, okay, also, there's another pep. I'm sorry, keep going about the Flash. Okay, Flash. You killed Lex Luthor in 2 seconds. What's stopping you killing the whole entire freaking squad in 2 seconds and ripping their heart outs? You did it with one nigga. Like, why can't you do it all?
Because he wants to be a showman. That's why. He wants to play. He likes to play with his food. He turned Ezra Miller on them.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I wasn't the only one who said it before, but yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anyway, let's just hope and pray this upcoming Wonder Woman game, whenever it gets a release date or an update on, is better than this mockery.
Yeah, I heard they're making a Wonder Woman game. Yeah, I heard
they announced that like 2 years ago at the Game Awards.
No update on it so far.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, y'all, that just out, but I want to talk about some positive. Okay, this is not the last. This is not the last time we're getting Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne. He's coming back for the animated properties. Which, by the way, I never asked you, Jake. Black Wayne. What was your thoughts on Crisis on Infinite Earths? Did you see it?
I've been so busy, man. I didn't even get a chance to watch it. I should have watched it today, but I've been binge watching Abbott Elementary today because I'm trying to get ready for season 3. Season 3 is literally literally premieres in like 24 hours, like you can say like about 30 hours.
Okay. Well, we won't say anything, but basically just it was good. It definitely, there are moments in there that you're like, why couldn't this have been a whole different, like, why couldn't this have been a movie that happened prior? But other than that, it was good. But I, in my honest opinion, I think it's a really good one. But the reason we're bringing that up is because, as of course, this is Crisis on Infinite Earths, and that does happen. So it's a 3-parter, and Kevin Conroy is going to return as the Batman the Animated Series Batman in part 3. That will be his final performance as the Batman he started it all with.
Now that is a proper send-off.
Yes.
And I saw, of course, the little mini trailer of part 2, which I'm pretty sure we may get in, like, that movie might come out and say like March or April or May, and then we'll probably get part 3 somewhere around San Diego, because San Diego's usually when Warner Brothers announces like the next batch of DC films that they have coming down the pipeline. So that's my estimated guess of when part 2 and 3 will release. But I mean, Mike already told me like the Amazo portion of Crisis dragged on too much, and I feel like the Crisis part of it came in a little bit too late. But
I mean, the reason that it was kind of like that is because, and I've had this feeling, is that they wanted to go one certain direction with this. Tomorrow went an entirely different direction because the Maisel part that he's talking about, that's a story that happens after the Long Halloween. And I feel like that could have been an entirely different movie on its own that didn't need to get put in with this film.
Like the good parts of this movie was really with Barry Allen and Iris. It actually did better than the TV show, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's interesting how they have their whole library, how they have their whole library of characters as sometimes as background, but I'll maybe.
Well, I'm saying like this show, like this universe is very broken compared to the animated verse that led up to Apocalypse War from Flashpoint. Like that's very more well cohesive, but they are not connecting it to events of Justice League, Apocalypse War, regardless of animation, which is why I need to see where they're gonna go with this second one. Because my problem with this one, when y'all hear Crisis, I want to see alternate animated versions, which we don't get in this one, but we might get in the second or third one, based on
when it comes to the character designs, they're all very much within this Tomorrowverse like style. You can still tell they're different characters, like the Question or Mr. Terrific or Ted Corbu Beetle or Robin. Like you could definitely tell, but they're all still within that Tomorrowverse style.
Right.
But you can tell like this is not the same, because there's two Supermen. You can tell which one is the Tomorrowverse Superman and which one isn't. But
and again, the word they're building up to they did the best they could trying to make all of it come together. Like you're seeing the origin of the Justice League in this movie, but it's a flashback. But because Barry is displaced in time, he keep going to the past, present, different points in time, and he's forgetting things. And it's very it's like non-linear storytelling like Westworld. But I felt they did it all right in this way. But again, you build it off of a very crappy lineage of films to a point like what I'm seeing that's built in this movie, you should have done that in previous movies before. Like the Maisel thing could have been your separate Justice League movie before we get to freaking Green Lantern, and all of a sudden I see a watchtower and I see Vixen and Martian Manhunter out of nowhere and say, "Oh yeah, we're the Justice League." How the heck did that happen?
And literally, the story is how it happened, and it happened like the post-credit scene of Long Halloween Part 2 that literally leads into the Amazo part.
Wow.
Yeah, they and basically they formulate the Justice League out of a ruse as a trap to allure Amazo or Lex Luthor and stuff like that. But
afterwards they decide to keep going because they're like, hey, this works well. Why don't you just keep doing this? Why don't we keep being the Justice League?
Right. And again, but the best parts of the scene again was Flash, and they have a good Earth 3 moment, with the Crown Syndicate. I enjoyed that. Enjoy that part. There's just like small moments in there where it's like makes me smile. You're seeing, again, no one's trying to spoil it, but like again with Batman,
I mean, whatever you're saying, I'm pretty sure it's probably something I haven't.
There's like moments where like again you're seeing like past, present, future, right? So in this universe, in the main Earth 1 universe, right, there is no Wonder Woman, right? So so there's things that are still kind of broken in this.
The Wonder Woman from that last film, that Justice League War film, is not from their Earth. That was an entirely different Wonder Woman who's dating an older Superman.
Oh my gosh. And also my issue, why are we giving Diana an accent?
Because Gal Gadot.
I know, but she does not need an accent.
I mean, I'm fine within some regards, but other regards, it's like,
And like it's forced. I'm like, it's just not coming off natural.
Yeah, but with this film though, you definitely get old like DC comics. You see like Dr. Light, Uncle Sam. You see Batwing, but you see them as like NTP or like PC characters. They just stand there, in the background.
And Part 2, we're getting Damian and Batman Beyond showing up.
Ooh, I saw it as soon as I saw Terry. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, because like, I was like, I felt iffy about this. And then Sam, he sent me, okay, here's Part 2, right? I was like, okay, all right, I'm seeing it. like they're focusing on Supergirl. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then all of a sudden, and I go and I'm watching and seeing Supergirl, which should probably be the main focus because she is in that. In the
Her and the Legion are gonna get the focus.
She's replaced by as Harbinger, which I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that was a weird one. Like she's Harbinger. Supergirl is Harbinger.
Yeah, but then like when I saw, well, then like I saw what the hell? What's that?
Doesn't sound right.
I know.
That doesn't sound right.
I know it doesn't.
Especially since Kara plays a pivotal point in the story. I'm like, huh?
I mean, she's still gonna play a pivotal point, but it's like it was weird when Harbinger showed up, and then she saw one of her Legion members de-transform, show his car. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it really was this moment here when I saw in the trailer. I think it was this right.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down! No!
Yeah.
My boy's back!
Yeah, so hashtag Batman Beyond, but I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see how that goes though. But yeah, guys, that will conclude our show for tonight. I thank you guys, Jay King and Blackwing, for being here. Jay King, you got any final thoughts before we end the show?
Can't wait for Crisis Part 2. Stop saying this woke bullshit when it comes to Suicide Squad, and let's see how Daredevil and Captain America do. Oh, and can't wait for Supergirl to show up.
Anyway, Warner Brothers, get your ish together. Looking forward to Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 and Part 2. And justice for Jon Stewart. Justice for Jon Stewart.
Yeah, I'll say is thank you guys for tuning into Jedi Mike 7 Movie Show. Yeah, guys, justice for Jon Stewart. Happy Black History Month. We got some more content dropping very soon. Also, you guys like to set up. My wife did all this. Yeah.
Why are you letting your wife doing all the setups, man? That should be
no. But it's a woman's touch, and she has an eye for aesthetic and everything. But yeah, she,
All right. Shout out to wifey. Shout out to
wife. Shout out to Deltas.
Shout out to Mika.
Yes. But yeah, see, Black women do like nerds. You just gotta believe and pray. But
that last one.
I'm like, turn the camera to me. I'm like, I know, but where are they at though?
Where they at though?
Man, they're at San Diego Comic-Con. You'll see.
He's like, you just gotta believe and pray. I'm like, right there.
Who knows? Maybe I'll see some at a convention. I don't know.
Yeah. Go to MegaCon, and we're at was it at Florida? Go to WonderCon. Probably maybe go to CinemaCon. Go to Comic-Con San Diego. Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? I might be going to Katsucon. Who knows?
Katsucon? Okay, shoot.
I'm looking forward to those San Diego Comic-Con after parties because I know.
Man, listen.
I know Sam got the hookups.
Listen. Okay. I'm gonna expose myself. Anyway, no, seriously, no. They were the networking there was off the chain. Like folks you've been following for years, and they're like you run to like Mark Ellis, run to Dorian Michaels, run to the black dude from IGN. You know who he is with curly hair, glasses. I meet some TikTokers I follow. Straw Hat Goofy, met him, took a picture with him. Koi, Andre,
I met Straw Hat at a New York Comic Con. And funny, I could have sworn I took a picture with him, but I looked at my phone and like the picture's not there. I'm like, where's my picture with Straw Hat?
You meet with freaking the creator of Deadpool, Rob Liefeld and everything.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. I was in the same room with her. I didn't get a picture, but I did record myself with it. What's the name? David Boone. What's it? The guy from Mortal Kombat creator?
Mm-hmm.
Ed Boon.
Ed Boon. Yes. Let's see. John Roca, man. Denizen from Collider and all that stuff. So OPT Joker, the girl from TikTok. She great. you know, everybody. So, wait, what happened? Oh, sorry. Well, I saw a look. I was like, what?
Look where we usually talk.
Oh yeah, I see. I don't see
I
nothing.
see it.
I don't see the picture though.
Well, give me 1 second. I'm about to send it.
I'm about to say, where the pick?
Yeah, what a pickup. Anyway, y'all, about to end the show. All right, we'll see you
Oh,
guys.
no, don't edit yet. Don't edit yet.
Very much.
Okay, there we go. Well, it should be going there. There you go.
Hold it.
Okay. Nothing new. Okay. All right. I'm trying to see the front. Did he have the DD logo? That's all I care about.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no front pics. It's just the man without ass.
Yeah. So that's Daredevil. First look at his photos right here. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to end the stream. All right, we guys, stay blessed. See y'all. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another. All right. Well,
Happy Black History Month.
Black History.
Mm-hmm.
Black Lives Matter. John Stewart.
Black Lives Matter.
Is there anything you want the fans to know or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
This is where the fun begins.